Hello students, how are you? I hope you all are fine. So dear students, today we are going to start chapter 4, Albert Einstein at School, written by Patrick Pringle in your supplementary reader book Snapshot. This chapter is a biography of Albert Einstein. Okay students, so you all are requested to take out your supplementary reader snapshot. Okay, then I'll start. Before I'll start explanation, read out these hard words and their meanings from page number 25. First word is expulsion, which means the action of forcing someone to leave an organization. First word is expulsion, which means the action of forcing someone to leave an organization. Second word is unthinking, which means without any consideration. Okay, so I hope you must have written these two words and their meanings. You can also take screenshots. When I explain any chapter, when you open your book, when you read any chapter, you should have a pencil, and in pencil you should write meanings of all the hard words in your book, so that when you will read the book you will come to know the meaning of hard words. Okay, so thus you will be able to decode, comprehend the whole chapter on your own. Okay, so I hope you all have opened your book at page number 25. Now I am going to start reading an explanation. Albert Einstein, 1879 to 1955, is regarded as the greatest physicist since Newton. So after Newton, Albert Einstein, who born in 1879 and died in 1955, he was regarded as the greatest physicist after Newton. In the following extract from the young Einstein, the extract which we are going to read, it has been taken from his biography, The Young Einstein, the well-known biographer Patrick Pringle. So it has been written by a well-known biographer Patrick Pringle, describes the circumstances which led to Albert Einstein's expulsion from a German school. This extract, which has been taken from The Young Einstein, written by Patrick Pringle, it tells us about the circumstances which led Albert Einstein to, leave a German school. Okay, so this extract will tell us what were the circumstances due to which Albert Einstein had to leave his German school. Okay, so at expulsion, I have written the meaning of expulsion is the action of forcing someone to leave an organization. So what were the circumstances, what were the actions which forced Albert Einstein to leave the German school? We will get to know in this chapter. So let us begin. In what year, Einstein asked the history teacher, did the Prussian defeat the French at Waterloo? So This chapter starts with a question which was asked by Albert Einstein's history teacher. So once in the class, Albert Einstein's history teacher asked him, did the Prussian defeat at in what year? He asked, in what year did the Prussians defeat the French at Waterloo? So this question was asked to Albert Einstein by his history teacher. I don't know, sir. Answer to this question, Albert Einstein replied that he did not know. He did not know when it took place. Why don't you know? Further, his history teacher said, why don't you know? You have been told it often enough. Further, he said, it had been told many times. It had been told often enough, even though you don't know. When this in what year did the Prussian defeated? In what year did the Prussians defeat the French at Waterloo? So when was French was defeated by Prussians at Waterloo? So this was the question in the Battle of Waterloo. This was the question which was asked by Albert Einstein's history teacher. In reply, he said he did not know. Further, his teacher asked him, why don't you know? You have been told it often enough. I must have forgotten. So simply, he once again answered that he must have forgotten it. Did you ever try to learn? So further, his history teacher asked him, did you ever try to learn? So if he had ever tried to learn, asked Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown, his history teacher, he asked further. No, sir, Albert replied with his usual unthinking. So Albert replied with his usual unthinking, without any consideration, without any thinking. He replied honestly that no, he did not try to learn. He did not try to mug up. Learn in the sense here, mug up anything. Why not? I can't see any point in learning dates. He said, I do not understand. It is important to learn the dates. That is why he said, I can't see any point in learning dates. One can always look them up in a book. One can always look them in a book. So why we should learn a date? So now in modern era, you people would reply, anyone can search it on Google. So why we should reply the dates? If you want to know the dates of any battle, any war, we can easily find it out on Google, on internet. So why should we memorize it? Why should we remember it? So in the same way, as those days Google Guru was not available. So that is why Albert Einstein said anyone can look the dates in the book. So why we should remember it? Why we need to remember it? I can't. Okay. Mr. Brown was speechless for a few moments. For a few moments, Mr. Brown was speechless. You amaze me, Einstein. Further, he said, Einstein, you amaze me. He said at last, don't you realize that one can always look most things up in books? So further his history teacher said that, don't you realize that most of the things can be looked into the book? Most of the things can be found in the book. So we should not study then. If we need anything, we need to know anything, so just we open the book and we will get to know. Okay. So that applies to all the facts you learn at school. So he said, so that applies all the facts which you learn at school. Yes, sir. So once again he said, yes, sir. Then I suppose you don't see any point in learning facts. So further his history teacher says, I suppose you don't see any point in learning facts. Frankly, sir, I don't, said Albert. Albert replied, yes, sir, I don't find any importance in learning the facts also. So he said he did not find any point in learning the dates as well as the facts. Then you don't believe in education at all. Further his teacher said, then you don't believe in education at all. Oh yes, sir, I do. He replied, oh yes, sir, I believe in education. I don't think learning facts is education. Further he added that, I believe in education, but I don't think that learning fact is education. So he said, I don't think that only learning fact is education. Okay. So now students, open your book at page number 26. First, I am going to write some difficult words and their meanings on the board. Okay. So note them down in your notebook, either in your notebook or in your book in pencil. Okay. Then I will explain page number 26. So students, I have written some difficult words and their meanings from page number 26. So I request you all to note them down in your notebook or in your book. Sarcasm. First word is sarcasm. Sarcasm means bitter or sharp remark. Sarcasm means bitter or sharp remark. Ungrateful. Ungrateful means not acceptable. Ungrateful means not acceptable. Logins. Next word is logins means temporary accommodation. The small room or small place which is taken on rent. So that is lodgings, temporary accommodation. Duel. Duel means fight or battle. Scholar. Scholar means extremely dirty and unpleasant. Extremely dirty and unpleasant. Scholar. Okay. So I hope you all have written these words and their meanings in your book or in your notebook. If you haven't written, so you can take a screenshot and you can write them later. Okay, you had better to write it now. Okay, so it will help you to understand the chapter well, to comprehend the chapter well. Look at page number 26 now. In that case, said the history teacher with heavy sarcasm, perhaps you will be kind to as to tell the class the Einstein theory of education. So his teacher, he got annoyed. So Albert Einstein's history teacher, he got annoyed and said with heavy sarcasm, with bitter and sharp remark, he said, perhaps you will be so kind as to tell the Einstein theory of education. So it had better to you tell us what is Einstein's theory of education. Albert flushed. Albert felt ashamed. In front of the class, he was asked what was the Einstein's theory of education. I think it's not facts that matter but ideas. Even though he replied, he said, I think it is not, education is not fact, it is ideas. He said, I don't see the point in learning the dates of battles or even which of the armies killed more men. Yes, very beautifully he answered. I don't think any point in learning the dates of battle, in learning the dates of war. When did they take place and which army killed more men? Yes, he replied here beautifully that I don't see the point in learning the dates of battles or even which of the armies killed more men. I would be more interested in learning why those soldiers were trying to kill each other. So he said, I would be interested in knowing that why those soldiers killed each other. What was the reason why they were killing each other? So I would be interested in knowing this. I am not interested in learning the dates, learning the facts, knowing the facts, etc. That's enough. Now his history teacher got more annoyed. He said, that's enough. Mr. Brown's eyes were cold and cruel. Now he was very much angry. We don't want a lecture from you. Further he said, Einstein, I don't want a lecture from you. Einstein, you will stay in for an extra period today, although I don't imagine it will do you much good. So his history teacher, as punishment, he said, I am giving you a punishment that you have to stay back for an extra period today. And I don't think this extra period, this punishment of staying extra period is going to improve you. I don't think so, even though I am giving you this punishment of staying in the school for an extra period. It won't do the school any good either. You are a disgrace. I don't know why we should continue to come. So you are a disgrace for the school. I don't know why do you come to school every day. You should stop coming to school. Why do you come to school every day if you are not willing to learn the things? It's not my wish, sir. Albert pointed out. Albert once again, he pointed out, he replied, it's not my wish to come to school. I am not coming to school as per my wish. Then You are an ungrateful boy and ought to be ashamed of yourself. Further, his history teacher said, then you are a boy which is not acceptable in school. Then you are the boy which cannot be accepted in the school and ought to be ashamed of yourself. You must ashamed of yourself. I suggest you ask your father to take you away. So further, his history teacher made a suggestion to him that his father must take him away from school. Albert felt miserable when he left school that afternoon. Not that it had been a bad day. Most days were bad now anyway, but because he had to go back to the hateful place the next morning. So Albert felt miserable. So he was feeling very sad when he left the school. When he left the school, he was feeling very sad that afternoon. Not that it had been a bad day. Not because of it had been a bad day. It was not the reason for feeling him bad. Most days were bad now. Now most of the days were bad. Anyway, but because he had to go back to the hateful place the next morning. But he was unhappy because he had to go to the hateful place, the place which he did not like. The school was the place which he did not like, and the same place he had to go the next day. So that is why he was very much disappointed. He only wished his father would take him away. He only wanted his father to take him away. But there was no point in even asking. But it was, it did not make any difference. There was no point in asking so. He knew what the answer would be. He knew if he would ask his father to drop him out from the school, so he knew what answer his father would give. He would have to stay until he had taken his diploma. His father would say, you had to stay in school until you would have get diploma. Going back to the lodgings did not cheer him up. When he went back to his temporary accommodation, his lodging, it did not make him cheer. He was not happy. His father had so little money to spare that Albert had been found a room in one of the poorest quarters of Munich. So his father was very poor. He was earning very less money. So that is why Albert Einstein had to take a room on rent at the poorest quarters of Munich. It was the poorest quarters of the city Munich. He did not mind the bad food and lack of comfort. He was not wanting for good food or comfort. Actually, what was disturbing him, or even the dirt and squalor. So he did not mind all these things, but he hated the atmosphere of slum violence. He did not mind the bad food, the bad atmosphere. So he did not mind the bad food, the lack of comfort, dirt, or extremely dirty area. Squalor means extremely dirty area, okay, as you have written. He did not mind all these, but he hated the atmosphere of slum violence. So the thing which he hated the most, it was slum violence. It was a slum area in which poor people used to live, and they used to do violence, and he did not like the slum violence which was happening around him. His landlady beat her children regularly. His landlady used to beat her children regularly, and even Saturday her husband came drunk and beat her. And on Saturday, his landlady used to beat her children regularly, and on Saturday his husband came drunk and he used to beat his wife, the landlady of Albert Einstein. But at least you have a room of your own, which is more than I can say, said Yuri when he called round in the evening. So Yuri said to him that at least you should have a room in which you feel like it is your own room. At least you live among civilized human beings, even if they are all poor students, said Albert. So Albert said, yes, at least you live among civilized human beings. So at least everyone, even though their surrounding is poor, but it should be civilized, as his surrounding was not civilized. They used to fight, they used to quarrel. They are not all civilized, Yuri replied. Did you not hear that one of them was killed last week in duel? So he said, where you live, the people of this area are not civilized. Don't you hear that? One of two people, one was killed in fight. Duel means, fight, battle. Okay. At what happens to one who killed him? And he asked, and what happened to whom who killed the other one? Nothing, of course. He is even proud of it. So Yuri replied, nothing happened to him. He was even proud of him that he had killed the person whom he dwelt with. His only worry is that the authorities have told him not to fight any more duels. So he was worried that the authorities told him that he should not fight anyone. Okay, so that is why he was very much worried. He is upset about this because he hasn't a single scar on his face to wear for the rest of his life as a badge of honor. So he was upset because he did not have any scar on his face. By showing this, he could say, I have killed a man. So that is why he was very much upset, because that scar would work as a badge. Okay, as a badge. Okay, so that is why he was very much upset. He did not have any badge, he did not have any scar which was like a badge that he had killed anyone. He did not have any proof. Oh, exclaimed Albert, and these are the students. Well, you will be a student one day, said Yuri. He said, and these are the students. These are called students who fight to each other, who kill and say they are not feeling guilty. So he was not feeling guilty because he had killed. Instead, he was feeling upset because he did not have any scar on his face. With the help of that, he would be telling others that he would killed a person. He had killed a person. So these were the students. Albert Einstein did not like this quality of students. So that is why he commented they were the students. So students, it's all about today's class. So I have explained page number 25 and page number 26. So you have to revise it, and also the chapters which I have explained as of now, complete them in your notebook and send me their photos on my email ID. Okay students, thank you for watching the video. See you in the next video.